Hello everybody, welcome to another Road to Platinum. Today's game is going to be Ship Graveyard Simulator, which is certainly a strange game to choose, but I've previously played games like Hard Space Shipbreaker, which I really enjoyed, and was hoping that this was a similar game. Destruction is always better than construction, right? Should be fun, right? I was also hoping that it would have that same calmness you get when playing a game like Power Wash Simulator. This game has none of the things that make either of those two games fun. Now I'm choosing easy, I have no idea what the difference in gameplay is. Ugh, looks a bit janky already, even for a PS4 game. We are based in this little shanty town, alongside a beach covered in the remains and the skeletons of ships. We're just here to dismantle ships for their scrap resources, and we use these resources to upgrade our tools and buildings, either by using them or selling them for profit. Makes sense so far. We start off with no money, so our first task is to go out and find some scrap, so we can sell it and buy some tools. I assume it's just lying around. Our first rusted pole. Okay, these white glowy spots are weak points, shatter points. Oh, I've got a hammer. I come pre-equipped with a hammer. That's helpful. Right, so if we hit the pole, it will eventually break, but if we hit these shatter points, it'll break quicker. Wow, the pole crumbles. What did we get? Rusted steel and copper? Okay, picking up this scrap is a bit of a pain. Doesn't really like picking up very well. Gotta hover right in the right spot. They should have it auto-collect, or at least pick up everything in one hit. I've played games where you can do that, so why this game doesn't have it? Okay, we can't break that one. So we can't break everything. There are some things that are part of the environment. Rusted beam. Now I'm going to keep hammering this rusted beam. The game isn't very clear, but it's telling me I need to cut the beam. Let's just see how long it takes my smooth brain to figure out that bashing something is not the way to break this beam. Should pay more attention, I suppose. Alright, now we can sell our scrap. We've got a price guide here. So there are different quality materials that are worth more. I think copper goes for more than that, or so I've heard. Now I can buy a hacksaw. Yeah, because if there's one thing I really need to cut a ship up with, it's a rinky-dink hacksaw. Oh, I'm on level 2 now, so I can... Oh, I've got points to spend to upgrade. We'll just upgrade the hammer. The simple art of bashing things really appeals on a caveman level, so I'll upgrade the hammer first. This is my shack where I live, apparently. Okay, I've booked my ship, it's coming in the morning, so I have to go to sleep. Oh, and we wake up and get our first trophy, first day. That's pretty self-explanatory. So our goal is to get enough materials to build a workshop. Okay, our first ship is called the Atropos. I assume that's the name of the ship, not the actual class of ship. That's a strong life ring. Oh, it shatters. Oh, maybe if I'm drowning, don't throw this out to me, guys. Now I've got to figure out how to crouch to hit some of these points. The crumbling effect is quite satisfying. That's not how you spell pallet, guys. Well, it is, but not for that. That's a pallet, not a pallet. Everything shatters like candy glass in this. I'm wondering what sort of weird catastrophe this ship has been through that everything on board has been marbleized. They could have provided some backstory. By the way, there is no storyline to this game at all. There is no narration or storyline. Oh, I've run out of space in my inventory. At nearly 50% destruction of the ship, but it is a crafting game, so that makes sense. I assume upgrades will improve that. I'm selling everything off, not realizing that I'm supposed to be collecting materials to build the workshop, not sell everything, so I'm just being a dumbass here. Oh, I have a car, that's good. Oh, okay, and I can store things in the car. That should make my inventory double the size. Okay, that's good. Gonna try out the hacksaw. Yeah, it does okay. It does better than I thought it would. And all that copper should make me a millionaire with all that copper bullion. Oh, I'm a pound on some drums. Look everyone, I'm the percussionist from Slipknot. Oh, good. Okay, that is the trophy for getting 70% of the ship destroyed. There are 15 ships in the entire game, and they all have a trophy for 70% destruction. So we're off to a good start. Only 14 ships left to go. Since it's only my first ship and my second day of work, I'm going to be a good little worker and keep breaking this ship. I'm going to transfer all my crap into the car and just keep working through the night. Like I did with the beam before, I'm just going to hit this electrical box with a hammer and not realize that I need a cutting torch. I hit this thing a lot longer than I should have before I realized. This box requires a lockpick, but I'm going to see if I can just smash my way into it. See if I can soften this box up. This box is made of some really strong material because I am not doing any damage to it whatsoever. Alright, I think I've gotten everything I can. We'll go back and sell some stuff. And again, I sell everything like a dipshit because I still need to build the workshop. Why am I selling crap? Fuck it, I'm going to bed. There's nothing left to scrap on this boat. I'm just going to have to find scrap lying around, but it'll take a bit longer too. So I'm just going to find the bare minimum I need, which will let me build the workshop, which allows me access to a furnace so I can upgrade my shit scrap to slightly less shit scrap. So we'll chuck in some rusted steel and copper to make unalloyed steel. That gives me craftsman. Isn't mixing two metals how you make an alloy? How do you unalloy a metal? Like, the definition of an alloy is two metals mixed together, right? I'm thinking way too hard about this. The game certainly hasn't thought that hard about this. I am not buying a lockpick at that price. Fuck you. There are other merchants around this town that are asking for deliveries of things, but these are kind of side questy. I think they give better prices for the shit you bring them, but I only did like 3 of them because I want to keep the scrap for myself. I was already getting bored of the lack of action in this game, so I tried to swing my hammer at a few of these civilians, but didn't seem to do anything. I can hire workers, but I have to build my barracks first. The lazy shit seems fine standing out here all day long, and now I gotta provide board for him as well? Fuck you. Alright, I'm gonna order a new ship. I'm gonna go for the biggest one that seems to be on the board at the moment. It's only a medium-sized ship, but the bigger it is, the more scrap it would have, right? And then the more money I can get, right? Good. I'm going to bed. Lydia is quite the big ship, a significant upgrade from the first one. My first steel post, I hit it a few times, but it tells me I need an upgrade before I can break it. Oh, my inventory is already full and I'm only at 2% destruction. Shit. Hammering away, hammering away, hammering everything. Oh, what's this? Demolition Man. 100 objects. I think I'd rather watch a crummy movie than continue on. I need to upgrade my hammer to be able to break a lot of the stuff on this ship, but first that means to upgrade the shop. Luckily, I had the money and materials to do that. This gives me access to a whole lot more tools and upgrades. There's the next hammer. Okay, yep. And I can't afford it, of course. Looks like I'm working through the night. Smash these crates. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on here? Whoa. Oh, okay. I think that was a glitch, because I stepped on something while it was coming apart, but it flung me into the water and I got blob blob for being flung into the water, I suppose. Alright, we've got another load of stuff. Now we can return back to the shops. Alright, now I can sell some stuff, and now I've got enough to buy that hammer. 900 bucks. It only leaves me with 40 bucks, but that shouldn't be a problem. I'm crafting a lot of kerosene because I need that to upgrade the workshop. So instead of spending all my scrap, I'm going to try and combine it to better scrap to upgrade everything as quickly as possible, and then sell off all the extras. I haven't slept yet, so it's nearing 8 AM, which is the start of the next day. And as it clocks over, I'm told I don't have enough money to renew the booking and the ship is gone? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm expected to pay beach tax for the privilege of breaking apart the ship? Fuck you. I think I'm angry at this because this is exactly how real life works. You need to pay for the privilege of being able to earn money. Fuck the system. This might be me being greedy and trying to book the bigger ships. Bigger ships have more scrap and therefore more value, but then I can't actually afford to keep the rent up on them. Today, Fred learns the hard way that consumer capitalism has invaded his gameplay. I'm going to bed. Now I know how the system bloody works, and I have an upgraded hammer. I'm going to order the flame. So the hammer now has all of its skill points, so I'll start working on unlocking all the saw skill points. And now that I've bought the second tier hammer, the things that require the second tier hammer to break are giving better materials. So I'm now prioritizing collecting those over the cheaper stuff. I'm sort of focusing on the blue colored material. The upgraded hammer is quicker at breaking things, which is to be expected, and I'm getting better at hitting them right on the shatter point. And now we're back at camp and I start the cycle of smelting all the scrap down to get the improved scrap and then just selling off the excess. And now I can build the barracks so I can hire workers. I'm also making sure that this time I have enough money at all times in my account to pay off the sand insurance. Ooh, gas tanks. I'm sure there's no way that anything could go wrong if I hit these hard with a hammer. Oh, and nothing does. My space is limited and money is key, so I'm prioritizing the good scrap and just leaving behind all the other stuff. The scrap doesn't disappear, luckily, so I can come back and grab it We're getting the first look at the inside of a ship. It's full of locked doors, so I'm going to need a lockpick. And I'm going to require another hammer upgrade for these things. So I can't do very much on the inside of the ship because I don't have all the tools. Oh, at the end of day 7, I unlock another trophy. First week, done. And now I'm getting better scrap. I can upgrade my workshop to the 2nd level. That's good. I was running out of storage space on that. And every time it upgrades, it adds a new mechanic to the furnace and enables me to craft better and more valuable items. Okay, so my goal now is to fully upgrade the workshop and the tool shop and the barracks to maximum, which means getting all the required scrap and selling everything that isn't needed, but also making sure I can continue to pay my bills. This feels too much like real life. That means even the blue scrap I can start selling off, because I'm starting to get excess of that. That's good. Well, it's now day 8 in-game, and I've been playing this for 1 day in real life, so I need to go to bed. Alright, next day, we're going to go back into Flame. We're going to do some more exploring inside. This bed and this mattress. Oh, that shattered. That mattress shattered. I can only imagine what seamen are doing to make that happen. To alleviate the boredom, I went to check on this guy's hard hat to make sure it was working. And it unlocked a trophy. Anyway, he seems fine. Okay, the shop is now up to level 2. I can buy explosives. Ooh, nice. That will come in handy, I hope. The hammer is my primary weapon, so I'm saving for the top tier hammer. I tried making something that wasn't on the menu in the workshop, and I made junk, which can be sold for nothing. Oh, dumbass. Fucking hell. I lost another ship because I didn't have enough fucking money to... Fucking hell. Fuck this game. Alright. Screw this. I've learnt my lesson. I'm booking the smallest ship that I haven't done yet, and I'm going to bed. Fuck. At times, I felt it was just easier swinging away and smashing everything and then picking up the loot afterwards. Sometimes I would pick up the loot as I go, but other times it was just more fun to smash. And as I said, the scrap stays on the ground, so you can come back and pick it up any time. And we're really working on the percentage break as well. I didn't have to travel an hour from bow to stern, so I broke this ship down in less than 5 minutes. I bought the angle grinder. I don't think I need to buy all the tools, but it offers a bit of variation, and I'm looking for that just to see if it can change up the gameplay a little bit. Alright, we're done with that ship, so we're going to order another one. Go to bed. Yes, I believe hubris got the better of me when I was going for the larger ships. I believe I'm supposed to start at the bottom and work my way up. So I tore apart the Lotus very quickly. Now I can buy the titanium hammer. I'm going to buy the oil mop as well, because I started seeing puddles all over the place. And the last ship, I was struggling to get to 70% at the end, which means now I need to start varying up my tools a bit more and not just using the hammer to smash everything with. This new hammer is knocking things down real quick. And now that means I'm getting top tier scrap materials now. Titanium, that's pretty good. Red barrels only take 1 hit now, which is great. The yellow barrels take 2 hits, provided one of those is right in the shatter point. And the dark green toxic barrels take 2 direct hits to the shatter point to break. Gonna try some mopping up on the Harpy. Gonna take this angle grinder for a spin since I bought it. I may as well try and use it. These ships are getting bigger and the percentage for everything that I destroy is getting less. But I was at 69% on this Harpy, and cutting the pipes is not contributing much to the total. Driving back to the camp, I got Traveller, which is for traveling 5 kilometers in my car. And I think the beach is less than 200 meters from my shack. So I've driven back and forth quite a bit. 69%. I am really struggling. Imagine if this was like Red Faction and you could just break these ships right down to nothing. And this is the thing that I've started to notice, this strange inconsistency in the game, in that some of these things are just not even registering on the percentage scale at all. I was cutting down several pipes and they just weren't making any difference to the percentage of destruction. So I was getting a bit bored, and changing your tools back and forth is really just a drag. I think my idea now is just to hammer everything and then come back and do all the little bits and pieces if I still need to. Look at this. I mopped up. Look at this tiny ass little puddle that I had to mop up. That got me the 70%. But selling off all the crap from the Harpy pushed me over the $10,000 mark, which got me another trophy. Work pays, does it? Yeah, but at what cost? But that's good. Now I can upgrade the shop all the way to the highest tier to give me another trophy. And I bought the blowtorch, because why not? And then I went to bed. Waking up the next day, I realized I've built the barracks, but I haven't actually hired anyone yet, so I went and hired a guy for another trophy. I suppose the workers do their jobs off-screen, because I don't see them on the ships with me. Oh, we're back on Flame again. I had to reorder this one, because the last time I ordered it, I didn't pay the rent on it, and it pissed off on me. Maybe I should smash a hole in these ships so they can't take them away from me. Let's see if cutting these red pipes speed up the percentage at all on this ship. Whoa, what the? Oh. Okay, I did explode then because I was cutting into a pipe. That does make perfect sense that they haven't vented all the explosive materials out of the pipes. That got me a trophy and that sent me back to my shack. Let's just check. That broke about 3 pipes. And it made the percentage go up by about 1. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth blowing myself up constantly for 1%. Now's the time to buy explosives. Hopefully this will make the job quicker. I can just run around and start flinging bombs all over the joint. I do have to resupply them though, which is kind of shit that I have limited amounts. Wouldn't want to make it too easy. Oh yes, this room looks like a perfect place to place an explosive. Kablamo! How are there still cardboard boxes standing after that explosion? What sort of bullshit splash damage is this? Ooh, gold scrap. That'll fetch a fine price. Oh, and that's a trophy. Nice. There are a lot of interior levels to these ships. Now that they're getting bigger, I found an engine room, which has got some good quality material. Slowly, these ships are adding a few different elements, but they're also repeating a lot of their elements. Even though I've found an engine room, it's the exact same fucking engine room that all the other ships have. Master safe, eh? Oh, I can't unlock it. I have to upgrade it. Oh, well, I've got plenty of upgrade points. I'll upgrade master safe ability. Spending points is almost an afterthought. Yep, good. That gives me another trophy. Safe is full of silver and gold. That's helpful. I can definitely sell that for a pretty penny. Finally we got flame down. Feels like it took a long time to get this ship to 70%. I made a lot of titanium alloy, which allows me to upgrade the barracks to level 2. And I can fully upgrade the workshop. Don't quite have enough to get the barracks all the way to level 3 yet. For some reason that costs more than the workshop. 9,000? Whatever. I'm going to bed. Alright, we're into the medium ships now. And Harvey is a little bit different because I can drive my car into it. I park my car right at the front door because I just love to walk everywhere instead. Wow, that shipping container has nothing but wooden crates in it. Settle down, folks. Can I break these cars? Oh, I can't even break these cars. Come on, that would have been a lot of scrap metal right there. So, yeah, the ships are getting bigger and they are getting more interiors, but they are all exactly the same. They are just using the same 5 rooms as the interior. This game is getting increasingly dull. If this was a chart of dullness and disinterest, it would be a really sharp incline. Also, it occurs to me that most of the stuff I'm breaking isn't even part of the fucking ship. Crates and pallets and drums. What the fuck is going on? Why am I breaking this shit? This isn't part of the damn ship. Why am I breaking this stuff? This would be better if it was running on a Red Faction engine. I suppose the good thing about having all these rooms is that theoretically the destruction percentage should be rising higher, and it kind of is. That's Harvey done. And now I can finally afford to upgrade the barracks fully. I'm going to hire a bunch of workers now that I actually have a proper place to store them in. They're probably living in better conditions than the crummy little shack that I'm sleeping in. I'm going to try explosives on these pipes because it's quicker than cutting them, but not really all that much. And this is really where the game has changed. I've upgraded everything, so there's no need to collect any more scrap. I haven't bought everything, there are still a few tools and a few upgrades, but I now have 6 workers who are earning me money, so now the game has changed into something else entirely. It's sort of ramped up into repetition. Now it's all about breaking the ships as quickly as possible. You can't swing or hit any harder. I tried holding down the hammer, but it doesn't swing harder or hit harder. It's the same type of hitting no matter what. Only one item will break at a time. Unless you have crates stacked on top of each other and you knock the bottom crate down, they all shatter. But I was trying to swing and hit multiple things at a time to break them, but that doesn't work. It's not worth changing tools back and forth. I used the mop a little bit, but it's really slow going at this point. And that's the clam done. Pucelle is my next ship. That also has car access, and yeah, you can probably hear it. That is the extent of my excitement. Alright, done. Okay, we're going to try Lydia again. We missed her earlier, so we're going to do her again. And now I have to resort to cutting beams. I can't just hammer everything to get to 70%. I really hate cutting the beams, even if I do have the upgraded saw, because half the time the beams don't contribute to the percentage at all. Four in-game weeks we've been playing for now. This is starting to take nearly an hour to break apart these ships just to 70%. All these rooms are the exact same. From here on out, every ship has the exact same 5 rooms ad nauseum, and I mean that literally. It's making me sick in some strange fucking way I have never felt before. At least I didn't have to go back and forth with scrap. Down in Sophie's engine room, I got marathon for, what is that, 15,000 steps? Yep. I am so bored and a little bit irritated that we're not actually breaking ships apart in this game. Like, let's embrace the destruction. I'm not really breaking the ship. I'm just breaking the stuff on the ship. This hammer would take me 50 years to break this ship apart. If I had Mjolnir, it would take me 6 fucking months. Imagine if this was like Red Faction. That'd be fucking awesome. I noticed these on the outside of the ship, and this is where my workers come in handy. You need a couple of workers to help you use the rope to pull down the sides, which just exposes more things to break, but it's really just only rusty poles, which is exhilarating at this point. With Caligula, it takes me about 3.5 minutes to get from 65 to 70%, but these bigger ships, there's just so much to break that it would be almost impossible, I think, to not get to 70%. Previously, I'd been working from the outside in, but now I changed it up and just worked on the inside out because I'm sick of seeing the insides of these fucking ships. The cut and paste nature of the inside of these ships is pissing me off. 32 in-game days and 3 in real-life days, and I'm on Venus, the 12th ship of 15, and I feel like Frodo at the end of Lord of the Rings. I don't remember what bread tastes like. I can't remember what air feels like. I am craving sugar and comedy movies just so I can touch positive feelings again. There is a new type of boredom that has been discovered. It's not tedium, it's not ennui, it's not even malaise. I can't explain it. It's grindom. The boredom you can only get with a grind. So now I've started experimenting with ways that I can speed up this process, because only one thing will break at a time. So I decided maybe the explosives are the way to go. If we use explosives and then kill myself on the last one, it sends me back to my shack where I can buy more, rinse and repeat. Yeah, it sounds like a good idea, but the explosion radius is dog shit. It tells me that I'm too close to the explosion, so get out of the way, but it can barely break a fucking cardboard box. This has got to be the worst splash damage ever. It feels like this game is mocking me just for having the audacity to keep playing. How much better would this be if this was running the Red Faction engine? Everything could be smashed down, right down to nothing. That would be so much better. That would be fun. I'm trying out the zipline, but it's completely fucking useless because nothing is out of reach that I've come across yet. And I used the blowtorch because I just needed something different at this point. In order to 100% a ship, you need to mop everything up, you need to cut all the bars, you need to use the torch to remove light fixtures, etc. Only a true fucking psychopath would hit 100% on this. That's Venus done. Oh, that's Roebuck. What's that, 13 ships now? Alright, I'm on Pluto. I'm about to finish my 14th ship, so I think I've got a bit of a second wind because the end is in fucking sight. Okay, that's done. I'm going to order my very last ship on my very last day. That unlocks Bookmaker for booking all the ships. I don't hate this ship, but at one point I got stuck between a box and a pipe, so I had to reset the last save and lost 10% of my completion. I know that swinging harder in this game doesn't make a difference, but I'm swinging harder now. This game thinks it can out-fucking grind me. Not a fucking chance. It hasn't seen anything yet. I'm not even using the light anymore. I'm just swinging away in the fucking dark. And that's it. Justinian is complete. Day 42 in-game. Level 125, whatever the hell that means. I upgraded everything long ago. But I'm back at Shantytown, and there is one last trophy. I have not found a treasure anywhere. Maybe they're not on ships. I've unlocked boxes that I thought were treasures. But there's one behind this little shack, and that I don't even have to interact with it. I just found it to get X marks the spot. And that's also the platinum. Fucking hell. So, yeah, I've made it pretty clear how I feel about this game. There's no story or narrative. There's not even collectibles with lore. Technically, the title doesn't actually say anything about breaking apart the ships, and that might be on me for assuming that that would happen. But wouldn't that have been better if it was like, say, Red Faction? I would avoid this game. In fact, I would recommend catching the bubonic plague before playing this game. Everything in this video I have done at double speed, since I feel like watching this might actually cause your brain to melt and dribble out your ears. Even though I know that that is scientifically impossible, can you all just please check to make sure that there isn't fluid leaking from your ears just in case? This game certainly lands in my top 10 cannot recommend games, maybe even top 5 most, not worst games, but maybe most boring games. Anyway, that was Ship Graveyard. Holy shit, there's a second one of these? Fucking hell. Hang on. What's the trophy list look like? Okay. Okay, there's a second one of these games. Anyway, guys, that was Ship Graveyard Simulator. Sometimes we don't always find gems hidden behind the waterfall. I don't give a shit what you think of this game. Tell me something else that I should play. I don't think it could be worse than this.